going on, guys? Welcome to Y62, and today we have a small update for you guys regarding our Y62 control arms. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for your patience. I know this has been taking forever and a half, but we're a very small team. It was really just 3 people, and all of us were located very far away from each other, and with each revision and giving a couple of months in between for test runs in between each revision and having to drive out to each other, it was just not a great use of our time. But now we have some equipment that we invested in, which will help us greatly reduce that time in between production runs and tests. We should be able to get this product out to you guys a little faster. We don't quite have an ETA for you guys yet, and I don't really want to give one because every time I do, we end up blowing past it. But I will say that we've had a couple of people testing our product as well as ourselves. We've been testing our latest revision for the better part of a year now. And we've had 2 guys from the Facebook group also helping us test for about 3 to 4 months now as well. And it's all going pretty good, but I think there's still a minor revision to be made, but that should be pretty quick and it shouldn't hold us up too long. Now, once we have the design finalized, another thing that we need to decide on is what they're gonna look like, right? Because personally, when I spend a ton of cash on a product, I kind of want it to look cool, right? And it kind of bothers me that a lot of these off-road companies will just pick some bland, dark, neutral color, like gray or black for their products. And it doesn't really sit right with me with having spent, a few $100s on something and just have it blend into the dark undercarriage of your vehicle. So I kind of want to powder coat ours red because that's, kind of our shop colors, black and red. But I realize obviously not everybody's theme is going to have red in it. So another option would be, and it would also be slightly cheaper, is if we offer these uncoated, just bare metal, and that way you guys can paint them or powder coat them whatever color suits your guys' build. So let us know in the comments down below what you guys think. Should we just stick with red? Should we do generic neutral color, or should we do uncoated, or maybe just offer all 3, I guess? Tell us what you think down below. Now, once you have a color picked out, you need some place to order them, and that's where Garage23.net comes in. Now, we're still building this website, and it should be ready fairly soon after this video. Once we're ready to release the control arms, then we'll do another update video telling you guys, just go for it. It's ready and available. So that's going to be in the near future. But for now, you guys can check out how our control arms did through our run of Crown King, Arizona. And as always, do your best, and hope to see you guys out on the trail soon.
All right, our first stop here at Antelope Creek and Bloody Basin Crossroads. And this is a small little, I don't know if you even want to call it a ghost town, but this is Cordes.
What?
Cordes Station. So out in that distance, you could see the small little town of Cleator. All right, so there's another fork in the road back there, and we turned right.
Yeah.
So that was the very first fork. There's a sign here pointing towards Crown King, so that's where we're going to be headed.
And to the left is where we came from last time, which is we got off on the Bumblebee Crown King exit off I-17. And so that took probably like twice or 3 times longer than this little bit was. So that's quite a bit of time saved if you don't want to go through Bumblebee.
All right, so here we are approaching Cleator. How many miles do you think it took from the freeway to here?
Exactly, not that many.
But this is a little ghost town, and it actually was bought in February of 2022 by, I don't know, 1 person. But it's a small population of, I read it was 11 people. And honestly, the only thing that really attracts people here is the people that come to do some of the off-roading, and they'll come to this small little waterhole bar that's left. So there's quite a few people here, but it was sold for $956,000, I think. So very quaint little town, and not that very big, as you could see in our drone shot overhead. So exciting little spot that you can stop by if you want to get some drinks before you continue on to Crown King. As we're making our way through, the most important pit stop that you're gonna see is little cows. Cows roaming everywhere.
Hi, Mama. Oh, is that a baby? She got a baby. Oh, so sweet, sweet baby. You'd make the cutest little Krusty Krab patty. Yes, you would.
And today we're actually seeing a lot of off-roading vehicles. Last time we actually saw Prius run through here. So, I mean, we have a 4x4 and you can get through here with a sedan if you need to. Not recommended, but you can definitely make it through.
Everything pretty much from the main road up to Crown King is pretty easily accessible. Like, you don't really need an off-road vehicle or anything. A normal sedan should just be fine. Actually, if you have like a Subaru WRX or Mitsubishi Evo, that would be like the funnest thing to drive through here. But you probably couldn't get past Crown King and something like that. We haven't seen the part between Crown King and the station yet, so we don't know how bad that is, but that is the more intense part of the road, supposedly. So we'll see when we get there.
The road we're on used to be known as the Bradshaw Mountain Railroad that stretched 35.6 miles. This railroad would bring supplies to the mining towns from Prescott and was in use from 1904 to the 1920s when eventually the gold ran out. If you take a quick pit stop to your left, you get to see the old remains of what was either a mine shaft or a train tunnel that is now caved in. If you know the answer, let us know in the comments below.
Yay! So this is the entrance, the Crown King community. We are proud of our home. Keep it clean. Please do not litter. Thank you. So Crown King used to be an old mining town, and to get here we went all the way through Crown King Road after Cleator. Crown King Road is the same as Highway 259. I believe it's Highway 2. I'll correct it if I'm wrong. But after here, we'll be taking Senator Highway all the way through. Here we're going to turn right. And this is the entrance for Crown King. And it's a one bridge lane, so they're being thoughtful and waiting for us to come on through. There's lodging down here in Crown King if you'd like. There's, I think maybe 3 restaurants, 3 or 2. Last time we came here, there was a wedding going on, and that's when we were seeing a lot of those sedans coming through. Bear Creek Cabins, dead end up there. So let's turn back around and I'll show you the other side. So there's NJ's Cafe. And here's the old historic saloon. It's really cool. Yes, they have a fire station, their own fire station. It's so cute. And next we have the general store. I think that's supposed to be a little gas station, but I'm not sure if it actually still works back there. And then the Bradshaw Mountain Guest Ranch, little chapel. And that's pretty much it. That's Crown King. So let's head back on the road. We'll turn right here and head on down to Senator Highway. Slow, 5 miles per hour. I guess this is where the road starts to get a little challenging.
Right away, right past Crown King, the road's not as nice.
Yep. Yeah, definitely do not drive up here if you're not in some sort of 4x4.
I don't know, I mean, if you're brave, this isn't too bad. It's just not as like well graded as everything's been up to this point. But supposedly it gets worse from here, so we'll let you guys know how bad it is.
All right, so we approached the sign. Up ahead is Horse Thief, and then there's Goodwin and Prescott. So we are headed to Prescott.
It's 38 miles to go. So far between Cleator and Crown King, it was about 12 miles. So
right, take a right after that sign, and this will help us continue on to Senator Highway. So far we've been driving for how long?
2 miles?
2 miles, and I think the roughest part was right after leaving Crown King so far. The road was a lot easier after that, so nothing too crazy as of yet.
Yeah, there's some rough patches, but they're not super intense.
No.
Although I think a sedan from here forward is pretty much out of the question.
So after Crown King, it seems like there's little to no traffic, and it's really peaceful out. It's so beautiful out here. You can hear the birds, all the trees and the wind. And I may have forgotten to mention, but the route that we've taken was from Phoenix to Crown King to Powell Station to Prescott. And simultaneously we are recording our rear upper control arm. I don't know if this would have been possible without that control arm that Red designed. Do you think we'd be able to make it out here without that upper control arm on a stock Armada?
Make it out here, yeah. But our alignment would be all screwed up and it would be a little squirrely to drive on the freeway, and our tire wear would be greatly increased. So that's the benefit of the arm. Also, we get a little bit more travel out of it with the Univol design. But that, so far from what I've seen on this trail, that really hasn't come into play. Like I said, most stock vehicles should be able to do this. We've seen plenty of stock, just like Silverados and Tundras and Tacomas, a lot of Jeeps. Although the Jeeps don't look stock. But still. It all points right to that. I set myself aside, lead the way on this drive. If you don't know the way, we can stop and make a change. I know we walk for days, losing hope, fading love. This night will be okay.
It's nice when the camera person has a backup. You're alright?
Yes.
I'm this close to collecting your life insurance. Lights are on. Now we're talking. Now it's starting to look familiar again with the pine trees.
Last time my local told us we wouldn't be able to make it from Crown King to Prescott in our vehicle, and she also said it would take like 5 hours, which has not been that long. I don't know how long it's been so far, but I think our trip in total has been 4 hours so far, but that was from Phoenix.
And the road's pretty straightforward. It's just straight. We haven't really hit much forks or any confusing turns. Every now and then the sway bar is popping.
Yeah, that's the only thing I do recommend is probably just disconnecting your sway bar altogether. But there's no quick release sway bar end links for this thing. So disconnecting the sway bar is not like a quick thing to do. But I do recommend that, since every few minutes we just hear the popping back and forth of the sway bar getting like articulated wrong or something. We do have extended end links, but even that's not enough to keep it from doing that. It seems to happen when you're articulated and turning at the same time. So I try to not turn as much when there's like uneven ground.
All right, let's see what we got. Oh, no campfires. Okay, we have a sign though. Hold on. All right,
Prescott, 20 miles.
Prescott, 20 miles. All right, we got a bit of an exciting patch here. Cleared it, easy peasy. Again, we have a DRL light bar from Rough Country that we're using. And we have some fog lights, and what other setup do we have?
We have hella 7-inch floodlights and spotlights. The floodlights are the yellow one, and the spotlights are the white ones in the middle. So far, I think I need to readjust the brackets on the floodlights because they're still pretty center, even though it's as far out as I can point them. So I need to do something about how I mounted them. But other than that, the light output's pretty good. For being a single row LED light bar, it's not bad.
And we do have a bow switch that we connected everything to. So again, if you haven't seen that video when we installed it, I'll attach the link above. And here we have it, folks, the historic Palace Station at nighttime. And I'll show you guys again what it actually looks like during the day, but can you imagine approaching this place in a wagon and a pony? How long did it say to reach Prescott from here? Prescott. I keep mispronouncing it.
Prescott.
How long did you say to reach Prescott from here?
I think the last sign that we saw said 20 miles, but it's probably more like 15 now. But we know for sure we can make it the rest of the way because the last trip we made it to here and back. So from here forward it's not gonna be an issue. So pretty much official.
Wow, last time there wasn't any water here. Oh, there goes the sway bar.
Yep.
And again.
Might have spoke too soon. No, we actually haven't even used four-wheel drive this whole way, so it's not a particularly difficult trail. I think it was labeled as moderate on the map or something. So it rained a few times down in Phoenix in the last couple of weeks. I'm guessing it rained a lot more over here because this section from Palace Station to Prescott seems a lot rougher right now. It's like a ton of uncovered rocks. This section I don't even remember going through last time.
No. Slowly, there you go. Go, go. You know, we cleared all of that. If we can clear that, we're good.
I wasn't scared.
That wasn't scary at all. Holy crap. I was about to say, hopefully no more surprises. But if your Armada was not lifted, I don't think you'd be able to clear that.
Yeah, there's some concerning bits there. Some yeah, I think we can call those boulders. Or just really big rocks.
Yeah, it's crazy how in 2 weeks' time all of that whole road changed just with, you know, the rain that we've been having and I guess the washes.
Yeah, that was a certified puckered butt moment. Just like here.
Jesus Christ.
Honestly, I'm not so much scared of like us getting stuck or anything. I'm more scared of like denting the side of the door on a rock or something like that. I still don't have any like perspective on like what we can go over or not. Looks like that section just caved in completely.
Yeah, the side of the road.
Oh, we got 30 minutes to make it to the fireworks.
Are we gonna make it?
I don't know. It's not looking good.
This part is where we got confused last time too, where there's a street that goes up and then a street that goes left, so basically a fork. And Red is checking right now which way to go. Pretty sure, I think it was a left. No, I think it's the left.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me double check. I downloaded the Google Maps too, because you will need to do that. I recommend you highly do that. There's no internet connection.
No,
yeah.
nice.
It says Senator and then Walker Road, but the Senator's like cross.
That placement doesn't help at all.
No, that's the worst placement ever. Um,
I'm pretty sure it's left.
yeah. Wow, look at that
Wow,
view.
look at that. Yeah.
Land!
That's it, folks. Got the YMCA on the left.
That you
Can't
can't
really
see.
see much.
So overall, what are your closing thoughts of driving from Phoenix through Crown King to Prescott?
Pretty fun. Definitely got interesting on the second half. It was not like that the last time we came to scout it out.
Deer.
Deer. We just missed it. But yeah, definitely. On the whole, it's very mild. Like I would say, like some kind of four-wheel drive sedan with decent ride height would probably make it. Up until we got to those middle parts after Palace Station. Like I said, after these past couple of weeks where it's rained a bit, I don't think a sedan stands any chance through those sections. I mean, there's parts where we were cutting it close with the undercarriage and stuff, but on the whole, this thing did great. Like it felt, to me, in this thing, it felt pretty easy. So, I mean, I guess that's just a testament to how good this thing is off-road. I don't know.
And 7 minutes left till the fireworks start. I don't think we'll be able to make it, or we might catch like the middle of it. But yeah, see you guys back at the garage possibly.